Hello everyone, this is Julius Caesar here, and I am about to talk about, well, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm about to enter episode 5 of the series of Kral Isaya Yasha! What if the Ottoman Empire was a Christian nation? So we are entering episode 5, which is the World Wars. And so let us start in 1914. Gavrilo Princip, an Orthodox zealot, assassinates the Catholic Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austro-Hungary. Well, Austria. Sparking off World War I. Austria invades Serbia as revenge, and Russia invades Austria to protect its Orthodox brother. Germany dislikes Austria but is worried about Russian power and wants to help its German brother. France sympathizes with Catholic Austria, but William I's reckless foreign policy results in him invading France because it's a threat. The UK is sympathetic to Protestant Germany until it invades Belgium, and it joins the Allies as well. Despite being sympathetic to the Allied Orthodox cause, the Ottomans see the British entry into the war as a chance to reconquer Jerusalem from the British. Japan, which has been hostile to Catholicism, suddenly becomes pro-Catholic and uses that as an excuse to invade Russia and smash its navy and army in Asia. In 1915, Germany expects its Italian ally to help it, but with British and French promises, well, they betray Germany and they attack Austria. The Italians. Well, Bulgaria, they also opportunistically invade Serbia to gain land, and together Bulgaria and Austria destroy Serbia. However, Austria, they're losing against Italy and Russia, while Germany is winning against Russia and Poland. The Ottomans are doing badly as they lose a huge army crossing the Caucasus to invade Russia. But in the south, they reach Jerusalem and they successfully reconquer it. This causes a truce among the Orthodox troops, who all stop fighting to celebrate the victory. However, the Ottomans then begin killing and expelling non-Orthodox people, not only Jews and Muslims, but also heretics. The Armenian revolutionaries, long suppressed, sees this atrocity as an opportunity to rise up. Led by Muhammad al-Khabab, they instigate a massive rebellion in Constantinople and kill 6 million Christian Turk. 200,000 are forcibly conquered to Islam. 800,000 die of starvation, exhaustion, or are shot by the Allies. The Armenian genocide, the Turkish genocide dies down, but still continues for some time. Russia begins advancing against Austria, prompting Romania to join the war. In 1917, the Central Powers begin a counterattack, with Austria taking half of Romania and Germany continuing its advance into Russia. Only the Ottomans are losing as the British retake Jerusalem and the Levant and advance throughout Mesopotamia as well. The Germans with their reckless foreign policy, decide to ask Klein Venedig to invade the United States and join the war, which they accept in exchange for Louisiana. Once the invasion begins, it goes horribly wrong, since the more industrialized Americans mobilize faster and California switches sides. This also galvanizes the Americans, who see it as their mission to spread democracy to Klein Venedig. Another disaster hits the Allies as Russia collapses during the February Revolution, and by July signs the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk with Germany, and signs another treaty giving up Sakhalin, Manchuria, and the Kuril Islands to Japan. Russia becomes a republic as the Romanovs flee to Alaska and create an independent kingdom there. In 1918, Romania is knocked out of the war, soon to be followed by Austria. and Bulgaria. The Ottomans collapse too and have to give up the Straits to the British, the rest of Europe to Greece, Mesopotamia to Britain, and grant Armenia independence. In 1919, only the UK, France, Germany, Italy, and the US and Klein Venedig are left in the war, and they're all tired. The Treaty of Versailles is signed as the Allies win. Germany has to give up the occupied French territories except Alsace-Lorraine. Italy gains its modern borders. Romania and Serbia expand. Japan keeps its gains. The United States reaches its current borders and annexes California. Dacia becomes a republic. Austria does as well and unites with the Sudetenland and southern Germany. Meanwhile, Germany loses parts of its land to Denmark and Poland. The Turks under Ataturk refuse to accept their losses and declare war on the Allies. In 1923, the Turks win the war and seize the Straits from Britain and take half of Armenia as well. The chaos that ensues in Eastern Europe from the collapse of the German, Austrian, Ottoman, and Russian empires comes to an end with Ireland, Finland, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Poland, Czechoslovakia, Hungary, Slovenia, and Croatia all becoming independent republics. However, Turkey remains as an absolute monarchy, this time with Ataturk as their leader. This Turkish monarchy is a radical, Ataturk in this timeline is a radical Orthodox Christian who's seen the brunt of the enemies attempting to genocide Turkey. In short, in World War I, the Allied powers are the United Kingdom, France, Russia, USA, and Italy. Central powers are Germany, Ottomans, Austria, Klein Venedig, and Japan. Now let's move on to World War II, which is very similar. Axis are Germany, Italy, and Spain. The Allies are Britain, France, Poland, and Russia. So when it comes to World War II, I have a little addendum to mention. A little bit of an addendum when it comes to the lore surrounding World War II. Japan is not as evil as they were in real life. In this timeline, Japan mainly stays within their home country, and they don't do much. They remain in their core territories. They don't attack, they don't invade, they don't conquer, they don't expel. They just remain within their core territory. Now, this war is solely within Europe. So the Axis, Germany, Italy, Spain, Allies, Britain, France, Poland, Russia. 1923, Mussolini takes Italy. 1933, Hitler seizes power in Austria. 1936, Hitler and Mussolini help Franco fight against the traditionalist Spanish government, which they eventually succeed at. 1938, Austria and Germany unite to form the Third Reich. 1939, Germany and Russia invade Poland, starting World War II. 1940, Germany invades and conquers Denmark, Norway, Luxembourg, Belgium, the Netherlands, Brittany, and France. This prompts Italy to join the war. Later on, Hungary and Romania are also pressured to join in. 1941, Germany invades Russia. This is their greatest mistake. By August of 1944, the United Kingdom has conquered Sicily, and Russia has advanced back to its pre-war borders and is on the edge of Germany, Hungary, and Romania. In September, Italy switches sides, and the United Kingdom and Germany invaded, whilst the UK taking the south and Germany taking the north, with front lines stabilizing slightly south of Rome in October. Meanwhile, throughout the fall, the Russians overrun the Balkans. In 1945, the full-on invasion of Germany itself begins as the Russians move relentlessly westwards. In May, the British conquer Rome whilst the Russians take Berlin. Nevertheless, Hitler refuses to surrender and continues fighting. In June, the United Kingdom begins the largest amphibious assault in history by landing in Normandy. By August, the British have advanced throughout most of central Italy and have liberated Brittany. By September, the British completely liberated France and Belgium. In December, the Russians arrive at the French border where they corner the last German troops with British help on the other side of the border. Hitler is captured and executed for his war crimes, and the British and Russians celebrate their first Christmas at peace in 6 years. These are the two world wars that have done so much to shape our history. Now let's move on to Micah and his next episode. Till then, Kral Isaiah Yasha! This is Julius Caesar getting stabbed by Brutus.